Oh, delightful. Welcome on a Thursday. We have got Lions to discuss. We've got a story that I honestly thought was an Onion article, and that's where we're going to lead. Because it relates to the Lions, I think. It makes me thankful this holiday season for Sheila Ford Hamp. Because what I'm going to have Hatchet read is one of the most incredible things that I forced David to track down the actual reporting. Because I'm like, dude, this has to be from like Adam Blefter, some parody account. It can't be real.
We all thought that.
So, David, if you'd be so kind, I would like you to read this story. And people, this should just, A, show you we do live in a simulation, but B, how thankful we should be. The Lions have finally got things right because you could have this. David, if you'd be so kind.
From The Athletic, the New York Jets owner was at his house in Palm Beach, Florida last February discussing potential offseason acquisitions. Wide receiver Jerry Jeudy flashed on the screen, and Jets general manager Joe Douglas expressed interest. So Johnson began to take his phone out and started typing. A few weeks later, Douglas and the Broncos GM were in negotiations. They were deep into negotiations. They were going to give Aaron Rodgers another potential playmaker. The Broncos felt a deal was near, then abruptly it fell apart. Douglas told the Broncos that Johnson didn't want to make the trade because the owner felt Jerry Jeudy's player rating in Madden NFL was too low.
One more time for the people in the back, David.
The Jets owner didn't want to make the trade because the owner felt Jerry Jeudy's player rating in Madden NFL wasn't high enough, according to league sources.
That right there, when I initially saw it, and people sent that to me this morning, like you.
Onion.
Okay, you can't believe everything you read on the internet. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, let me see if this is legit. Oh, no, it's real. That this is where we are. Not let's look at his game footage. Let's look at what he's done. Let's look at his past. If you told me, you know what, I'm looking at his off-season stuff and see if he got arrested. What's his Madden rating like? That's going to determine this.
First of all, I mean, just again, how thankful I am. The Lions have got it right, and Sheila Ford Hamp has gotten it right. Because the idea that an owner of an NFL team, much less an owner of an NFL team in the biggest market in the NFL, would nix a trade. Hell, I'd rather him say he didn't like his name. I'd rather him say that this guy slept with his wife. I'd rather him come up with reasons. I don't like the number he wears. I don't like the way he looked at me. I don't trust people named Jerry. I don't know. For Woody Johnson to say his rating in Madden isn't high enough, we're not doing the deal. How can that be real? And how thankful are we are not there? Mm-hmm. You always wondered why I made fun of the Jets. You always wonder why I'm so hard on them, how I think they are truly a redheaded stepchild. This is why. Mm-hmm. How can that be real?
This is one of those times where, yes, the general manager, idiot, stupid move. A move that probably will haunt you forever, but it's like, wow, this is why people make fun of your organization. When David and I were talking pre-show, Mike, on the phone, we started just talking about like the bad decisions made in Detroit sports history. And I'm like, it's like Terry Fair. Don't want Randy Moss, who's going into the Hall of Fame. Terry Fair is going to be a much better player.
But that wasn't because of a Madden rating.
No, but it was still. Anyway, it's just the idiotic moves that organizations make. And yes, now you look at the Lions and we get to talk about, hey, great draft pick. Hey, you know what? Your third round selection is actually playing at Pro Bowl status level. Like, yes, you found Brian Branch in the second round. Way to go. Not, oh, well, Madden ratings and things like that. I mean, what's next? Just pull out a Ouija board?
I've never heard anything like it. I swear to God, I've never heard anything like it. But I wanted to ask the question. I mean, look, we're sitting here. We know the Lions are going to make the playoffs. How far they go, it's obviously TBA. It depends on your perspective. But when you guys hear a story like that, does that evoke memories of the dysfunction of days gone by with your organization? Now, I don't think anything rises to the level of I don't want to make this trade because Madden rating. But, I mean, when you think of the dysfunction that has haunted the Detroit Lions for 70 years, and then you look at what we have now, synergy. It is a collaborative deal from the top down. Smart people, let them be smart. We have no nonsense here. Now, we talk about things we like, we don't like, whatever. I know, Rico, I got here in 2004. I got into the state in 98. Just the idea of all of the years of the dysfunction here. Nothing rose to that, but it just illuminates so many bad memories. So much bad stuff.
It does.
Holy hell. Could you imagine if we were sitting here in Detroit and that article breaks today and you swap out that for Sheila and Jets for Lions and they didn't make trade because Madden ratings? Dude, full lines, 4 hours, try 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Of how do you even root for your team at that point?
Mm-hmm.
We stress out about, I don't like the plan of the Pistons, or the Iser plan's too slow, or whatever. Hey, I know the Tigers, they want to do it their way. We want to do it a different way. Nothing rises to this. Nothing.
No, not Madden level. Not putting your name on it and saying, well, his Madden level is too high. No,
the fact that that's a Diana Rossini report in The Athletic. That's not some internet meme.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Can you give me something crazier than that? On surface, the only thing would be a Donald Sterling reference, but I'm not going to imitate him because it'll end up a song again. But they always tell the story of him sauntering into the locker room, shirt fully unbuttoned, 18 glasses of red wine deep, and talking about his beautiful...
Right. I think probably the only thing I can think of is when the Colts owner went after Mel Kiper. Because Mel Kiper was like, this is why the Colts are always losers. Like, who the hell is Mel Kiper? I forgot the pick.
That was it Bill Polian?
Yes. It was like, who the hell is Mel Kiper?
Have you ever seen that, Kenny? Okay. Well, I'm just asking. I mean, I know we try to keep things current for Kenny. Anything before 2010, you're getting a little gray. A little gray.
Yeah.
Madden rating. Madden rating. Guys, when you hear David read that, like, give me your reaction to that. And honestly, I know there's been a lot of consternation this week, especially from myself. And I'm stressed out because the Lions, to me, went from being the Super Bowl favorite to maybe fourth or fifth in line. Hey, we still got it really good. No moldy bread resets. But the idea that the New York Football Jets owner usurped his GM and wouldn't make that trade because he didn't like the player's Madden rating is all time. All time. I got Rico. That if you put, all right, let me tell you something. If that was a feature of the movie Draft Day,
oh my God,
you still would go, that's not realistic.
You wouldn't believe that would be real. That would happen.
That does sound like something from Draft Day.
It does sound like something from Draft
Give
Day.
me
Coach
Putney.
walking around in a suit that says Coach. Because you didn't know. Here's Dan Campbell walking around Allen Park. Coach. That does sound like something from Draft. You know what? We're going to bury your father's ashes on Draft Day at the practice field.
It almost sounds like the stories you would hear, like some of the wacky hockey stories of, the Stanley Cup was frozen in a river. Or like, we lost the Rose Bowl trophy. Like, it sounds like something from 100 years ago where it couldn't be possible. Like, if you're Joe Douglas and you're sitting there and your owner goes, I don't want to do it. His rating's too low on Madden. You know what? I quit.
Yep, I was about to say, here's my resignation. End of the season or right now?
Joe Douglas already's got more money than God, and Joe Douglas is a very good GM who will get hired again. I'd be like, you know what? I ain't here for this.
I mean, can you imagine you call up your other GM friends, you're sitting at the bar, so why are we here tonight?
Hey, Bobby, you're not going to believe this. Well, what's up, Joe? Yeah, my owner told me I can't trade for Jerry Jeudy. Why? Finances? Nah, Madden.
But he plays too much Madden? Was he like
Woody Johnson's 100?
No, I'm saying, is he like Kyler Murray? Does he play too much Madden? Is that
Old
why?
people can't play video games. Their
No,
thumbs don't
I'm
work
saying,
no more.
Are you trying to tell me that Jerry Jeudy plays too much Madden? No. His Madden rating was too low. That's why. Oh. Okay.
No, the response would be your drop that says, oh.
Oh, That's when you just say, you know what, drinks are on me, buddy.
Wildest thing I've heard all year in sports. It's not even close. I mean, you may hear salacious things about players and, baby mamas and different things, or maybe you hear something crazy like, Mark Davis's haircut. Nothing approaches that. And I just wanted to start a holiday edition of the show with positivity. Like, thank God. I never thought I'd be able to say this, but thank God we have the Detroit Lions and not that. How would I, as a radio host, function if that were our team in this town? This was over a defensive end. You couldn't possibly. I don't know how you'd buy season tickets ever again. Unbelievable. 248-539-9797.
No, you're right. It ranks right up there with Anthony Richardson tapping out because he was too tired. Like, just weird stuff that you never thought you would hear in sports.
Mark Davis saying that the 26-year-old who's pregnant likes his personality and, quote, didn't know he was rich. Right. Sure.